So today I wanted to talk about when we worry about stuff that we shouldn't worry about, that just hold us back and weighs us down and keeps us at this negative place. And if we were to let go of some of these things and focus on other things, we'd have a lot better life. I know I've dealt with these things and try to let them go as much as I can, and I've seen many doors open, and I just feel better in my everyday life. So if you can identify that you have these problems, as in worrying about them, and let them go, you'll feel so much better, I promise. I swear I know my makeup. So let's get into it. The first thing is worrying about what other people have, or worrying about what they do. Worrying about what other people do, such as if someone has a boyfriend and you don't, if someone's married and you're not, if someone has a baby and you don't, or someone has a better career than you, or they have a new car, or they have newer clothes, or they make better grades, or they're doing better at a sport, or whatever it might be. Worrying about them in a negative way, I mean having someone that's doing better than you and letting that inspire you and motivate you to be competitive is a good thing. But if you're thinking about them and talking about them and you're jealous of how well they're doing, it's not good. You need to focus on yourself and let that drive you to do better things for yourself. Because worrying about them doing good is not going to help you do anything but be bitter and jealous and stay in the same spot that you're in. The second thing that people stress out about, and I stress out about this all the time, and is failing. You have to put yourself out there. You have to try, or you'll never know. And that's the truth with any and everything. You will never know unless you try. And if it's something that you're really, you're really passionate about and you really love, you might have to try a few times, maybe more than that. But you can never give up and never be scared of failing, because if you fail, you fail, but you can always try again. So don't be scared of failing. Another thing is when you're older, people tend to worry about whether their childhood was, a good childhood, or coming from a good family, or, this or that. Worrying about your childhood is irrelevant, because yes, it's good to have a good childhood. I had an interesting childhood. Let's just say that. I'm not going to get into it. But worrying about what you did as a child, if you did good or bad, or if good or bad things happen to you, is relevant, because now that you're older, even if you're a teen, all the way up to however old you are, an adult, it doesn't matter. It matters what you do now and for the future. So don't worry if you had a bad childhood, or if there's things that you're ashamed of, or your family, you're ashamed of your family, or ashamed of whatever it may be. Don't worry about it. Look to the future and just let it go, because it has nothing to do with your future unless you let it have something to do with your future. Another thing about people worry another thing that people worry about is, oh my god, I cannot talk. People worry about being different, and it is such a beautiful thing. People need to embrace it. I'm different. I'm weird as heck. I said heck, that's so cool. Anyway, being different is really a beautiful thing, and to be outside the box and think outside the box and not think how people want you to think is really a gift. And so if you feel different, if you feel like people don't understand you, enjoy it, because being a robot is not okay. And I very much encourage you to be different and stand out and make this world an interesting place, because there are so many plain people and they don't step outside the box for anything. And so go you if you feel like you're different. The last thing and the biggest thing is people worry about the odds, the outcomes, the numbers, the percentages of whatever it is. If you want to be famous, oh, I can't be famous, only it's a 1 in a million chance, or 1 in whatever. Oh, I want to be a doctor. Oh, that's 1 in a million chance I'll, get into, medical school, or whatever it is. I do not care about the odds. The odds should not affect you. You go for it, you're you, it's 1-1. It's you and yourself. So don't worry about what people say, what the percentages say, what the projections say, what the whatever says. Whatever you want to do it. Don't worry about the odds or how many people succeed or how many people fail. You don't want to be a number anyway. So you gotta do what you're gonna do, and do not worry about anybody else or people telling you you can't or what the odds are against you. The odds are stacked higher, good for you, because when you overcome it, you'll feel that much better. Those are the 5 things that I think people worry about the most that really can bring them down and stop them from being successful. And I hope this helped you, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.